There's a rule so simple that when I first heard it, I thought it was too good to be true. Save 10% of everything you earn. That's it. No complicated strategies, no get rich quick schemes, just 10%. But here's what nobody tells you. If you follow this rule for 30 years, you will become a millionaire. I don't care if you make $40,000 a year or $150,000. The math works at any income level. And by the end of this video, I'm going to prove it to you with real numbers. Let me ask you something. Why do 90% of people retire broke? Why do so many Americans have less than $10,000 saved for retirement? It's not because they didn't earn enough money. It's because they didn't follow one simple rule. Meanwhile, there are people making average incomes, teachers, nurses, government workers, who retire as millionaires. Not because they got lucky, not because they inherited money, but because they understood something that most people never figure out. Consistency beats intensity every single time. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need to pick winning stocks. You don't need crypto to moon or a side hustle to explode. You just need to save 10% of every paycheck for 30 plus years and invest it in something boring like an S&P 500 index fund. That's it. That's the secret. And I'm about to show you exactly how it works. Let's start with the median American household income. According to the latest census data from 2024, the median household income in the United States is approximately $83,730. For individual workers, it's around $63,360 for full-time employees. Let me show you what happens when someone earning the median income follows the 10% rule. Scenario 1, the $40,000 earner. Let's start with someone making $40,000 per year. 10% saved annually is $4,000 per year or $333 per month. Time period, 30 years. Average S&P 500 return, 10% annually. Year 10, portfolio value is $68,200. You contributed $40,000, earned $28,200. Year 20, portfolio value is $229,000. You contributed $80,000, earned $149,000. Year 30, portfolio value is $658,000 plus. Not quite a million, but close. And remember, this is someone who started at just $40K. Most people don't stay at $40,000 for 30 years. Even modest 2 to 3% annual raises change everything. If that $40,000 salary increases by just 3% per year, matching inflation, by year 10, they're making $53,750. By year 20, they're making $72,250. By year 30, they're making $97,000. When you save 10% of these increasing amounts, year 30 portfolio value is $865,000 plus. Not quite a million, but close. And remember, this is someone who started at just $40K. Scenario 2, the $60,000 earner. Now let's look at someone making $60,000 per year. 10% saved annually is $6,000 per year or $500 per month. Same 30-year period, 10% returns. With no raises at all, year 30 portfolio value is $987,000. With just 3% annual raises, year 30 portfolio value is $1.3 million. You just became a millionaire on a $60K starting salary by following one simple rule. Scenario 3, the $80,000 earner. For someone making the current median household income of around $80,000, 10% saved annually is $8,000 per year or $667 per month. 30 years, 10% returns. With no raises at all, year 30 portfolio value is $1.32 million. With 3% annual raises, year 30 portfolio value is $1.73 million. Do you see the pattern? The 10% rule works at every income level. It's not about how much you make, it's about the percentage you save and the time you give it to grow. Now let me blow your mind even further. Let's compare the 10% rule to other strategies people try. The get-rich-quick chaser. Meet Alex. Alex makes $80,000 per year, but doesn't want to wait 30 years. He's looking for shortcuts. Year 1 to 3, tries day trading, loses $5,000. Year 4 to 5, buys crypto at the peak, loses another $8,000. Year 6 to 7, chases meme stocks, breaks even, lucky. Year 8, finally starts saving, but he's 8 years behind. By year 30, even if Alex gets serious and saves 10%, he's lost almost a decade of compound growth. His portfolio, $450,000 instead of $1.73 million. The I'll start tomorrow person. Meet Jordan. Jordan also makes $80,000 but keeps delaying. I'll start when I get a raise. Year 1 to 2, I'll start after I pay off my credit cards. Year 3 to 5, I'll start when I'm 30. Year 6 to 8, finally starts at age 33. Jordan saves 10% faithfully for 22 years instead of 30 years. Result, $780,000 instead of $1.73 million. Waiting just 8 years cost Jordan nearly $1 million. The 10% rule follower. Meet Morgan. Morgan makes the same $80,000 but starts immediately at age 25, automatically saves 10% every paycheck, invests in a simple S&P 500 index fund, never touches it except to rebalance it once a year, lives a life normally on the remaining 90%. By age 55, $1.73 million. By age 65, if Morgan keeps working, $3 million plus. Same income, completely different outcomes. The only difference, Morgan followed the 10% rule consistently.
Here's why this rule is so powerful. It's not actually about the math, it's about the psychology. Reason number 1, it's sustainable. 10% doesn't feel like a massive sacrifice. You're still living on 90% of your income. You can still enjoy life, go on vacations, eat out occasionally. You're not eating ramen every night. This makes it something you can actually maintain for 30 years. Reason number 2, it's automatic. You set it up once, automatic transfer on payday, and then you forget about it. You're not making daily decisions about saving. You're not testing your willpower every week. It just happens. Reason number 3, it grows with you. As your income increases, so does your savings. You don't have to remember to increase your contributions. 10% of 40K is 4K. 10% of 80K is 8K. 10% of 120K is 12K. The rule scales automatically. Reason number 4, it beats get rich quick 99% of the time. You know what the success rate of day trading is? About 10% of day traders are consistently profitable. 90% lose money. You know what the success rate of following the 10% rule for 30 years is? Basically 100% if you're investing in broad market index funds. The stock market has never had a negative 30-year period, ever. Not through the Great Depression, not through World War II, not through 2008, not through COVID. If you invest consistently in a diversified portfolio for 30 years, you win. But I can't afford to save 10%. I hear you, and maybe right now, at this exact moment, you genuinely can't. But here's my challenge. Can you save 5%? Can you save 3%? Can you save 1%? Start where you can. The habit is more important than the amount in the beginning. Once you've proved to yourself that you can live on 99% of your income, you can live on 98%, then 97%, then 95%. Work your way up to 10%. And here's a secret. Most people who say they can't afford 10% are spending that much or more on things they don't even remember. Subscription services they don't use, $50 a month. Eating out when they could meal prep, $200 a month. Impulse Amazon purchases, $100 a month. That's $350 a month. You can afford it. You just have to prioritize it. But 30 years is too long. I want to be rich now. Then this isn't the video for you. Go chase get-rich-quick schemes and let me know how that works out. For everyone else, 30 years is going to pass whether you save or not. You're either going to be 55 years old with $1.7 million, or you're going to be 55 years old with nothing. The time passes the same either way. The only question is, which version of yourself do you want to be? Once you've mastered the 10% rule, here are some ways to supercharge it. Tip number 1, increase your rate with raises. Every time you get a raise, increase your savings rate by half the raise. Got a 4% raise? Increase your savings from 10% to 12%. You still get to enjoy half the raise, but your wealth building accelerates dramatically. Tip number 2, save windfalls entirely. Tax refund, bonus, birthday money? Instead of treating it as fun money, throw it straight into your investment account. This can shave 5 to 10 years off your timeline to millionaire status. Tip number 3, stack it with employer match. If your employer matches 3 to 5% of your 401k contribution, you're actually saving 13 to 15% total. This accelerates everything. Tip number 4, lower your fees. The difference between a 1% fee and a 0.03% fee might not sound like much, but over 30 years, that 1% fee will cost you
A lot on $1 million portfolio.
use low-cost index funds. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. The 10% rule isn't sexy. It's not going to make you rich overnight. You're not going to retire at 30. There's no hack, no shortcut, no secret loophole. But you know what it is? It's reliable. It's proven. It works for literally anyone who has the discipline to follow it. And here's the beautiful part. While everyone else is chasing the next hot stock, the next crypto pump, the next guaranteed opportunity, you'll be quietly, steadily building wealth. No stress, no drama, no constant checking of your portfolio. Just consistent, boring, automatic wealth building that actually works. So here's my challenge to you. Set up automatic savings today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Even if it's just 5%, even if it's just $50 per paycheck, start the habit now. Because 30 years from now, you'll be a millionaire, and you'll remember this video as the moment everything changed. If you found this valuable, subscribe for more no BS money advice. And thanks for watching, and remember, consistency beats intensity every single time.